The soft rain pattered against the window of the Kim mansion, blurred the view outside into watery stroke. You sat on the couch, wrapped in the thin shawl, staring at untouched tea in your hand. It was getting late again. No message, no call. You wasn't new to this. Tim, your husband wasn't the type of speak unless necessary. Even after 6 months of the marriage, your relationship was remaining stuck in a space between politics, politeness and distance, yet he was never cruel. He never raised his voice, never ignored you on purpose. In fact, he noticed the small things, refilling your water glass at dinner, ensuring your favorite book were placed neatly in the library, quietly setting your sleeper near the heater during cold night, but he never let you in. You lean your head back and sigh, debating whether to call him. The clock read 10:35 p.m. and the storm outside began to pick up. Something about tonight felt heavier. Your phone light up, not his name. Just a message from your friend. Saw the young car outside his old villa. Isn't that where his ex used to stay? Your heart stopped. Villa X. You stood too quickly. Your shawl dropped to the floor. You remained that place. Tim had mentioned once that he used to go there years before the world knew him. He never took you there. He briefly spoke about his past at all. Was she really there? You didn't want to believe it. You knew Tim wasn't that man. He was cold, but never a liar, never a cheater. Still, you never moved before your thought could catch. You grabbed your coat, ran past the concerned housekeeper, and stepped into the downpour. Outside, your umbrella baby helped against the storm as you stood at iron gate. The old villa loomed, warm light glowing from within. The guard frowned and they saw you. Madam, one of them asked. Step forward. Mr. Kim requested not to disturb. You blinked, drenched your breath, shaking in the cold. I am his wife. They exchanged glances, hesitating. There is someone inside. With him, a woman. Your heart cried, but you didn't back down. I want to see him. Before they could respond, a voice came from the behind gate. Let her in. Your eyes pointed as Tim stepped out into rain. His voice shouted again. His chest dim, expression unreadable, but his eyes were only on you. Then he saw the shiver in her shoulder. While he breathed, you took a step back. Am I disturbing something? Your voice cracked with it, betraying the tremor in your chest. He walked toward you, closing the gate behind him. She showed up uninvited. I was just asking her to leave. You looked at him, trying to read the truth in his eyes. Why didn't you tell me you'd be here? He just times. Because I didn't want you to think the wrong thing. You laughed prettily, and yet I am here, approving and thinking exactly that. He exchanged gently, then suddenly shrugged off his coat and wrapped it around your shoulder. His touch was firm, possessively. I don't care about her. When he said, his voice low. I never have seen the day I married you. You please. But you never even looked at me properly. I do, he whispered, stepping closer, his finger brushing. You just don't notice. The ride back home was wordless. You sat beside him in the back seat, his coat still wrapped around your soaked body. Through it did little to stop the chills going up spine. The rain outside blurred the window as storm outside went on, but the storm within you as far better. Tim glared at you occasionally, jaw clenched, finger twisting. If he wanted to reach out, unsure if he had the right anymore, you didn't say a word. You couldn't. Your heart was exhausted. By the time the car reached the mansion, your leg bravely held up. The warmth of the house did nothing to stop the cold head already stepped into your bones. You tried to take a step, but your knees buckled. When the voice came, sharp panic, strong arm catch you before you hit the floor. Damn it, he muttered, his breath lifting you into his arms. Without hesitation, you wanted to resist, to tell him to let you go, but your body refused to fight anymore. Everything blurred, your heart fell against his chest, and even though your dizziness, you heard the rapid time skip. When you woke up, the light were dim. A warm towel rested on your forehead, and your clothes has been changed. You were tucked into the side of the bed, wrapping in a soft blanket. But even that, it didn't compare the warmth of hand clutching you, the lashes flare open. They sat at your bedside, his usually expression replaced by something you never seen before, fear. You didn't notice you were awake. His head was blow low, finger trained in his own hair. She burning up again, he whispered to maid nearby. Call the doctor again. I don't care if it's third time. The maid nodded quietly, left you weakly squeezed his hand. He snapped, rewind, he breathed. You managed to whisper. You didn't leave. He frowned. You are my wife. Where else I would be? You turned away, was trembling. Maybe with someone who make you smile like her. He stared at you for a long moment. Then he stood, walking to the window, and said, she came to meet me on her own. I didn't ask her to come. You didn't respond. I only stayed long enough to ask her to leave. He continued, turning toward you. That villa, I hasn't been there since before our wedding, until tonight. Your breath hitched. He stepped closer. I have never been unfaithful to you. Whenever I may have been distant, I may have kept things in, but I never let anyone cross the line, not even her. Silent stretch. You looked at him, searching his face, his eyes. And why did you keep me at distance? You asked, voice bravely above a whisper. Why push me away if you choose to marry me? His eyes softened and something flickered within them, guilt, fear, longing. Because I didn't know how to love someone. I was starting to care too much about you, Blink. I kept my distance so I wouldn't fall, but I did anyway, and it scared the hell out of me. Your breath beat painfully against your rib. Then why didn't you say anything? He stepped beside your bed slowly, crouching so you were face to face. I am saying it now, he said, reaching out of brushing your damp hair away from your forehead. He's handing me. I care. Maybe too much, and if tonight taught me anything, it's that I don't want to a world where you are not in it. Three days later. The fever left your body, but the heaviness in your chest, heart is still ringing empty. Duller now the present, but you hadn't smoked much since that night, not because you were still angry, but because every time you looked at now your heart shattered. It was different. He was different. Every morning he was the first to pick, and thinking you were asleep, you wasn't. You lay still, watching through half-light eyes. He adjusts the curtain to let in soft sunlight, fresh lilies by your bedside. Your favorite gently touch your forehead with the back of his hand. When he thought no one was watching, he looked at you like he was scared to lose you. And when he realized you were awake, he straightened Imogen to clear his throat and asking, hungry? You would only nod, but today something changed.